to my channel. Today we are back in Palia. In the last video I showed you guys around my main plot, the first plot that I started building on for Amethyst. Now I want to just show you guys briefly around my second lot. It is not all the way finished. I do have more unfinished parts of this lot, but I do want to show you guys around. So this is my second plot. As you can see already, it is much more vibrant and much more colorful on this lot. It is called Cozy Cottage Lane because instead of building one big main house that connects together, I decided to build a community of houses. So there are multiple standalone houses on this lot. I wanted it to be like a little village. So each house is gonna have its own like color scheme or theme inside of the house. So I like to always run out like far away from the lot just to get a grand scheme of how big this really is. I put a lot of trees at the front because I kind of wanted it covering it. I didn't want you to immediately see what was going on as soon as you loaded into the lot. I don't know what I want to show you guys first. I feel like we should show you guys the center because that's going to be like our town square. So this is our little small town square center area. There is more things that I want to put in this area, and also I wanted this to be like your community hub. Like you would go here to get to specific things in the community, like the fast travel board. Like if you want to use the board to travel to the different worlds, this is where you would find it. You would find it in the center of the town. Or if you want to travel to the barn, you will find it here in the center of the town. So I kind of wanted it to be like a community center courtyard. I don't know if I'm gonna put more around this. I think it's pretty full for what I want it to be in this lot, so I don't know, we'll see. Before I start showing you guys inside the houses, I do want to show you guys around this big house here. So my first video that I made about my main lot, I kind of did a spoiler for you guys and said that I was creating a museum where I wanted to collect all the fish and all the different bugs, and this is what this building is. I put it in the center of town. I wanted it to be like a main attraction for the town, so that's why I put it in the center and why it is in the biggest house. So this is the only two-story like house or structure on this lot. I needed something to separate our fish and our bugs. I didn't want to put them like merge them all together, so that's why I did the split level or the two-level house. So downstairs we are gonna have all of our fishes. This is where I'm gonna keep all of our fish that we go around collecting in the game. I don't honestly know if I'm gonna have enough space for all of them. We're gonna keep going and trying because I can stack this like another probably 2, but I did kind of separate the sides. So on this side is where you're gonna have like the small to medium sized fish, and on this side we are gonna have our larger scale or our bigger fish. I'm most nervous about this because I know there's still a bit I have to get for the bigger fish, and as you can see, once I'm at that top line up there, the third row, I'm not going to be able to fit any more on top of that. So essentially I have 5 more spots, and then of course I have this little area right here too, but I still feel like I may not have enough room. Hopefully I do. We'll see what happens as we go along the way. I know this is going to take some time for me to do. I'm not expecting to be done with this even in the next month, honestly, because I've been collecting these fish for so long now. I know it's not going to be done quickly. It's definitely going to take time. The last thing I do want to show you guys about the downstairs area for the fish area. So you see this little plush here? This is a maw. This is one of the rarest fish that you can get in this game, and it comes out of elderwood, and it's like a shark, a big shark. I have never caught a maw at all, and it's really like a big thing when you catch one in the game. So since it is a very, very rare fish, I wanted to put it in its own place. So when I do eventually catch it, the only thing that will be in this section is the maw. For now, it has a placeholder of the maw plush. I've caught so many of the plushes, but I've never caught a maw, like the actual fish, which is crazy to me because I have spent hours fishing in elderwood and I have not caught. I've caught so many like regular lake sharks. Let me show you, like this thing here. I've caught so many of these regular lake sharks, but I've never caught a maw, not even an unstarred one. So I don't know. I know that's probably going to take the longest time for us, but when we do get our mom, this is their pedestal waiting for them to come home and be on display. But that's really essentially all the fish that I have downstairs at the moment. I also have like some little seating areas. I wanted it to look like an actual museum, so you have some seating areas downstairs. I think I have some upstairs too. We can go ahead and travel upstairs now and we can see our bug collection. So this is where we're going to keep all of our insects. I have a lot less insects, as you can see. I did do a little bit of separation up here as well. On this side, all the way down and along, I'm going to want like all the bugs that can fly, or the flying bugs, on this side, because they all have the similar size like enclosure. So I wanted to put them all over here, and then on the other side is where you're going to find all your other bugs. If it doesn't fly, it goes over on this side. So I still have a lot to collect. Again, this is gonna take time. I do not expect this to be done within the next month or two either. There's so many bugs and fish in this game that I'm not gonna rush it. But that is our museum. Now, I think I want to show you guys a couple more community areas before I show you guys the houses still. So coming back around to the front, if we go over to what would be our left here, this is the first side I started working on, but on both sides there's gonna be kind of like a pathway behind the houses that leads you to different areas that I've created. All the way on the furthest left side, at the end of the path, this is going to be our picnic area. I wanted this to be like a cozy picnic area. We also have like a little outhouse here. You can't really go inside of it or anything, but I mean, it makes sense. In these community areas, you want to have an outhouse. It is a makeshift outhouse. Going back down the path here, kind of in the middle, we have another little one-off picnic area. This would be for more of a hangout area for like a group of people. And then I also put this bookshelf that I do want to eventually fill with books to make it look like a little reading area. But that's really all the little community sections I have over to the left. So now we're going to go over to the right, and we're immediately going to be stepping into our community workshop area. But yeah, this is essentially our community workshop area. You want to come and build something, you do it over here. Want to repair some tools, you do it over here. Make some materials, color some things, you would do it all in this area. And continuing out of the workshop area, we have another little path here that's gonna bring you around on the far right end to some more community areas. This is another little picnic section. I have a lot of picnic sections on this lot, but it's really not picnic. It's just like a community gathering area. I also put a little bit of decoration around. I do plan to put a lot more around the lot, but I still have to finish out my houses first, and then I'll go back and put decoration on the outside, more decoration. But this is just another little community area, and right beside it, this is going to be our like bar area, or our party area, if you will. So if you want to come back here, get a drink, relax, listen to some music, this is what I would imagine would be the liveliest area on this whole entire lot. But that's really all that is on this front side as far as like community areas. I do have a couple more community areas on the back side. So as you can see, this path that goes out between these houses and then across. So we're gonna run across, and back here we're gonna have another little area. I wanted to make it look like you would come over here to swim or come lounge on your little towel by the water or by the lake. Also, this background or this lot that I'm on, this is another one that I did purchase. This is not the default lot or how the default lot looks. I think I'll like open up another lot or a third lot just so you guys can see what the default lot looks like, because so far I've only showed you guys the lots of like the backgrounds that I purchased myself, and I do want to show you guys what the default lot looks like. It is still pretty nice. It's still foresty, but this is not the default lot, so don't expect your lot to look like this when you get into Palia, because I did purchase this. Okay, now I can show you guys the houses. I'm going to first show you guys the first house that came into this community that I built for this community. As I mentioned, all of these houses are going to be themed differently and based off of different themes. I based them around the different types of furniture that you could make, or the different themes or aesthetics of furniture that you can make in the game. So the first house that we did build, this is going to be our log cabin. I also thought it would be fun to give each house a certain thing that they do or provide for the community. So this is going to be our log cabin. This is where you will find your hunters for the community. They go out and they get the meat, they get the food, they hunt, and you know, help supply the community basically with meat and food. They were the first ones in this community. So their house is a little bit more done than some of the other ones. You walk in and you have a kitchen on the left side here. And then off to the side in the same room, we're gonna have like a small little living area or living room and then dining table. And then off in the back, we are going to have their bedroom. And then they also have a dresser. Each house is going to have one, but you can actually come over here, interact with it, and change your clothes and your appearance for your character. Also, as you will see, each house is also going to have like a little hidden potato pod in it. We get so many in this game that I was like, what am I to do with these? Because not many people want to trade them anymore, so I put one in each of the houses. Last thing I did do for each house is give them a backyard area or space, and this is the backyard area and space for the log cabin house. They have another little seating area outside, and then they have a campfire. I also tried to put little things outside in the front of their house as well to kind of just symbolize what type of house or what the house is about. The next house that we built on the lot is going to actually be right beside it, not across from it. This is going to be our homestead or ranching style house. This house is where you're going to find like your chef for the community or your gardener. They're going to provide the community with fresh fruits and vegetables, and also just cook for the community. They're going to be our chefs. So in the front, we have some pumpkins. It fits their aesthetic. Once you go inside and see the inside, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, pumpkins fit. And then they have just like some planters and a lot of plants in the front. But walking in, they're gonna have a similar layout as to the log cabin. They have their kitchen on one side. Then on the other side is gonna be their little living space and their dining table. And then on the back side is going to be their room. In this house, I did put 2 beds because it's a ranching style and a homestead style. They're 2 different styles of furniture. So I wanted to include both of the beds in here. And then they also have a backyard area and space. So they're gonna have like a little lounge and get together area. They have a guitar. And then I gave them like a little mini gardening area as well. Oh, somebody's visiting our lot. Oh, hi. Hello. I have no idea who this person is. My lot is open, so if you're on the game, anyone can really come in and view my lot. So that's what they're doing. No one's ever visited this lot before, so this is interesting. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I'm gonna leave them be, and we are going to go back to explaining our house. If you see them running around, it is okay. I did give them like a little small miniature garden area, and then I put some hay bales of hay around their house as well. I felt like it fit. Okay, but that is going to be our homestead ranch house. Moving on, we're gonna go to the third house that we built. That's gonna bring us back down this way across from the log cabin house, and this is going to be our industrial house. I don't have much on the outside here. I just have this little mechanical chopper and a skateboard and like a light, but this is going to be our industrial house. These are gonna be like our builders on the lot. They're gonna be the ones that actually like make our stoves and everything. Still going on similar. We're gonna have their full kitchen on one side, and then they have their dining table and a little living sitting area on the other. And then in the back room, they're gonna have their bedroom. Their room is a little bit less finished. Like it's fully done. I have everything in here. It's just a lot less items or decorations that I have placed down. I want to put something in this corner here to fill this out, and then I think that'll be enough. Their backyard is actually going to be off of the back of their room. The other 2 houses, you would get to the backyard from the front room. This house, you're going to get in the backyard from their actual bedroom. So back here we just have a little sitting area. They have their grill that they would have made and built, and I also put another work table on their side in the back. I think I'm going to put one on the other side too, just to have them in multiple spots around the lot because it is pretty big. But they have the work table because they're the builders. So leaving out and going next door is going to be the next house that we built on this lot, and this is going to be our capital chic house. This is going to be for the community our decorator. This would be the person that you would come to if you need help picking out an outfit, or if you want them to help design the interior of your house. This is going to be like our designer or our decorator. They are going to have more of the fancy looking items in their house. This is their front room. Again, we have a full kitchen here for them, and then we have their little sitting area and then their dining table. I did try to change up the layout of each house because oh, he figured it out. Hi. So as I was saying, I did want to change the layout up in each house. So you're gonna, in the front room, you're gonna find the kitchen and the living and the dining, but I did go around and change like how everything was oriented and laid out. But again, off to this back here, you are gonna have the bedroom. I do want to put a rug in this room. This is gonna be their bed. As you can see, Striker just hopped in. This is their bed. They have like a, oh, their potato pod. Did you guys spot the potato pod in the industrial house, in the homestead house? I didn't even look. They have a backyard. Their backyard is the most unfinished backyard because I have no idea what to put back here for them that matches their theme. So it is the most unfinished one. So I do have to put a bit more in their backyard. But this is going to be the Capital Chic house. This is my favorite kitchen house, I think, because I like the color on the wall. And I don't know, I just like the furniture and everything of this Capital Chic style more. So I think this is going to be one of my favorite houses. But that's going to be the first 4 houses on the first side of the lot. Now I'm going to take you guys over to the second half, or second half of the lot. These houses are definitely going to be a lot more unfinished than the other side because these are the newer ones that I put up. The next one that I did make is going to be our Bellflower house. This is going to be the house where you would find those very, how do I say this? Those very elegant people in the community, or the very elegant household. I have no idea what they bring to the community at this point. I don't know. maybe they can be like the florist or something of the community. Yeah, they could be the florist of the community. I didn't think about that. Going into this house, they are going to have one of the biggest dining tables in the house. It comes with the furniture set. It's called the Bellflower furniture set, and it's the biggest one. Again, we have a kitchen for them, their dining table, and then a little sitting area, and there's their potato pod. And then off to the back side, we're gonna have their room. It is, again, a little bit more empty. I don't know what more I want to put in here. And then they also have a backyard. They have a little bit more in their backyard. I gave them some like little lounge chairs and a fountain. I felt like would be nice. And since they are off on the side where you can view the lake, I feel like the lounge chairs really would fit them in their household. Oh my gosh, it scared me. I was not expecting them to be sitting in that chair like that. Oh, they left. Well, thank you for visiting, Striker. That was nice. They're the first person or people to visit this lot, so that's pretty cool. I think it's also funny that they visited while I was recording this, but anyways, this is the back side, or the back lot. And then the next house that I built is going to be right across from them. This is the Emberborn house. This house is where you would find like your historian for the community, or just the person that's really into history, like the librarian, or as I said, the historian for the community. This is their front porch area. So going in, they are going to be one of the only houses to have a fireplace. I felt like because of the type of furniture and style of the furniture, it fit for them to have a fireplace. And it's really cozy in here. I like all the oranges and the tans, but they're gonna have a kitchen. It is a smaller kitchen, and then they have their sitting area right in front of the fireplace, and then their dining table. Like, oh, their potato pod. We spotted another potato pod. This is their room. Their bedroom. It is a little bare. I do want to put a couple more things in here. And then they also have a backyard space. And in their backyard, they have a tub, like a little hot tub is how I wanted this to look. She is walking on water. She is walking on water. She's not supposed to be walking on it. She's supposed to be able to fall in it. This is going to be their backyard area. Still have a little bit more to do. Of course, as I said, that this is the more unfinished side. The next house that we built is going to be our Lily Raton house. So I said that this is going to be the house for like your therapist. Something along those lines is like calming wise. Their house, they are gonna have their kitchen like everyone else. I do want to put a couple of cabinets above their kitchen because I feel like the top of it looks kind of bare. And then they have their sitting space right in front of the fireplace, and we have their dining table. Going back this way, this is gonna be the bedroom. Like the homestead, this is going to be another house that has 2 bedrooms. I kind of wanted to make it where this would be the house for a set of siblings. Instead of having a backyard, I gave them a front yard only because they have this big area right behind, so they didn't have any space to really have a backyard. But I wanted to give them something extra like the other houses, so I gave them a front yard instead. The last house that I built on this lot, that will be on the lot because I don't have space for any other one, this is going to be our Dragon Tide house. This house I said is going to be for our fishermen's, but going into their house, this is going to be theirs. This is also one of my favorite ones. I know it's going to be one of my favorite ones. As you can see, the kitchen is a bit bare. I have to put some more like cabinets on top on this side as well. But again, like the other houses, you're going to have your kitchen, your dining table, and then your little sitting area. I just love how this furniture looks. Then of course, we have another room. This is another double bedroom. Now, instead of having siblings like the Lily Raton, I said that this would be for a dad and his child, but they are also gonna have a backyard. In their backyard, I gave them a little pool. I feel like it would be cute. And then I gave them this huge pergola, and there's some chairs on it. I want to put more under here. Honestly, that is pretty much the whole entire lot. I'm nowhere near finished with it. We have to fill up our museum. I have to finish decorating most of the houses on this side. So I still have a lot to do. Okay, so similar to how we did the first one, I do want to give you guys a top look or a top overview of the whole entire lot. Like all my sections, I know on my first lot there was like a clear section that I liked the most, but I think on this one I like everything. I feel like everything fits very well together and goes very well together, that I can't pick one specific thing that stands out to me more than the other that I like more. I think my favorite house, top 3, because it's hard, I can't pick a favorite, so I'll say top 3 is definitely going to be the homestead. I think another one that's going to be top for me is going to be our log cabin. I think it's because of the nostalgia. Like, that's the first thing I built on this lot, so I think that's why I like it so much. The third one, I think my third one that I'm going to like the most is going to be our Emberborn. I don't know. It's gonna be between Emberborn, Dragon Tide, and Lily Raton. Between these 3. If you ever see me running around, Amethyst Krista, if you ever see me running around, if you ever see me in your server, because there are multiple different servers, like multiple different is like an understatement. There are a lot of different servers for this game. So if you happen to be on the server that I am in and you see that I am in your server and you see me wandering about, say hey. Like Striker did. My lots are open. If you ever see me on, feel free to come over to my lot if I'm there and look around and just be there. And it doesn't matter to me. Well, with that being said, that is going to be all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Let me know which house was your favorite. Which one did you like the most? As always, stay blessed, and until next time, bye.